Hello, this is my first entry for the Nintendo Labo instrument contest. This is an electric guitar chord composer, but there is also an organ chord composer I will show in the same video. And when I say chord composer, I actually mean a chord memory machine in a sense too, because it remembers different chords you give it. So if I were to say, first place a note there and start tuning it up, go to the next one and place that same note. Since it's tuned higher at the second chord, it sounds higher even though it's in the same position at the top. But now if I go to these next two and tune them so that they're the exact same, and place the first note in both of them, it's going to sound the same. But if I go back to the first and the second, it sounds different, even though it's the same note placement at the top, because the tuning's different at the bottom. And yeah, with this you can create a lot of different chords and chord progressions. I'm not very good at music. I don't have a very good ear for music. I don't really know what sounds good to people. So I'm not very good at creating things that sound good to people. But here is going to be my attempt with this guitar before I switch over to the organ. So I'm actually, for this, gonna just go ahead and retune every chord to being pretty much the same. Okay, there we go. They're all the same now. And now this middle button in between the two step sequencer picker thingies, middle one here, the middle one does percussion and like tremolo strumming. For the electric guitar, it does something different rhythmically for the organ I'm about to show you. So I'll switch over to the organ now and show you the code to begin with, which is the same as the code for the guitar. It's just the timbre of the output sound nodes is different between these two versions, and that's it. So here's the code, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in to the organ version now. You saw the code. I'm not a big fan of zooming in and getting everything placed again. Like, getting everything good placed for the runtime. It's a little scary at times. I'm always worried I'm going to break something while I'm zooming in. It's just one of the realities of working with Labo, in my opinion. But yeah, time to show off the organ version. Again, these are all tuned the same right there, but I'm going to change that. This last one I'm going to tune up high without even listening to it. Tune it up higher. And the first one I'm going to tune down lower without even listening to it. And I'm going to start just placing some notes. Again, I'm not very good at making this stuff sound good, but I'll give it one more attempt before I close in the video. Okay, so first I'm going to tune it up a little more and place those two, and then here place the same two, but since it's tuned differently, it'll sound differently. I'm going to sign out before I torture you anymore, but hopefully you see the potential of this application, or these two applications. Again, I think someone who's good at music would be good at making something with these that sounds good, because you can create your own chords, save different chords in there, do the chord progressions, and change the instrument between a guitar or an organ. It's gotta have potential. I just don't know how to make chords that sound good, really. So yeah, I'm gonna stop this and quickly go back to the guitar. And just show you that you can also swipe across the top to strum, but if you do it again, it just deselects all the notes, essentially, so that the chord's emptied out. So you can't just like keep swiping over it and keep strumming, so you can't really play it like a guitar, or you can't, you know, keep swiping down and doing key swipes like you can on a keyboard, or an organ or whatever. But this gave me the idea for my next project, which lets you tune notes individually and actually play it more like a real guitar. So hopefully you check out that video too. But this one I think is more technically advanced because of how it remembers the different chords you give it, and it still has the retuning and stuff. So I think this is one of the more advanced things I've made in Labo, just because of how it remembers different chords you give it, and you can cycle through them without them always being displayed to the user. Only the current chord you are on is displayed to the user, and only the notes selected in that chord are displayed to the user. And if you switch the chord, it accurately switches what's being displayed on the screen, and then if you switch back to the first chord, it goes back to what's in the first chord, so that's displayed on the screen. I don't know. It was you know, a decent amount of work to do that in Labo, but here it is. You saw the two different versions. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully someone remakes these programs and actually makes some cool